shots with it are good. Now, I could have taken out the Stug, but that T29 is a much bigger threat. In fact, in this area, boom, you're dead. He's much more of a threat than this. Hey guys, welcome back to dungeongurunet. This is nethervoid, also known as John, doing another strategy series for you this week, as I do every week. This is, as you can see, the T20 Tier 7 American medium tank. It's a pretty awesome tank. It sits right here on the tech tree from the E2 or the E8. Either of those tanks lead to this tank. And I didn't really like the E2 or E8 that much. The E2 was pretty cool, but the E8, I just felt like it just got blown away too easy. But I really love the T20. It's got great mobility. It bounces some shots off the lower tiers. I just don't feel like I get jacked up as much. It's very maneuverable, and that's what I love about this tank. The E8, people say it's just as maneuverable. This one's a little more maneuverable, but I just don't see it. The T20 just did me right. I don't know what it was, but this thing's insane. So the way you're going to play this tank is you're going to try to flank guys. It's definitely a flanking tank, a lot like the Russian mediums. It has great mobility. All the traverse speeds are great, and the acceleration's awesome on this thing. You can pretty much just pop up behind anybody and just nail them with this thing. It's pretty insane. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to try to get around people, pop between houses until you get around them. You can do some circling with this tank to try to circle them while they're trying to get their turret on you, and basically pop out when people aren't looking and shoot at them if you aren't flanking. Or if you are flanking, pretty much just shoot at them when their turret's not on you. And then relocate if you get too much heat, because you can with this tank very quickly. It's got a lot of acceleration and get up, and it's got a good top speed, so move to a different area and start shooting them again. It's pretty much how you're going to play this tank. And now let's go over some weak points. So this tank is considered LOL wet armor, pretty much, because there's really no armor on this tank to speak of. 63 hull and 88 turret. I mean, that's just nothing. And the hull does have some slanting. It probably puts it about 90 or 100 millimeters, but it's really not that big a deal. 50, 63, 38, 60. I mean, this thing is nothing. It is like a medium tank in that sense. Shoot it anywhere and you'll jack it up. Don't shoot it in the mantlet. That's about it. If you do need to shoot it in kind of a weak point because you're a low tier or something like that, pick the machine gun turret right here. Or that's pretty much it. You can try to hit it in the cupola, but it's pretty small. Machine gun turret or the flat part of the turret, or the lower glasses as usual. I like to hit it in these corners because a lot of times you can get damage and take off the track. It's a pretty nice spot to shoot. Or right here. If you shoot right here, you'll only get the tracks, but if you shoot here, it'll go through the tracks and right into the tank, and you'll get some damage. So that's the weak spots. Next up, we're going to get into stats. 1100 hit points, pretty standard. The Russians have the same in their T43 at 1100, and the Germans get a slight bump up in hit points as usual to like 1270, I think it is, which is a little bit more, but not a whole ton more. This tank is a beast. You won't even notice this amount of hit points that bad. Okay, so the engine power, 560 horsepower, pushing 31 tons, almost to the magic 2 to 1 horsepower ratio. It still has great acceleration, so that it's really nothing to complain about. Sure, if it had 620, that'd be perfect, but it's still very good. Speed limit 56. You get up in the 40s in this tank. You'll have to watch the video to see exactly what it is, but it's a pretty speedy tank. I can relocate pretty easily. Traverse 37, and not only that, it turns very well. It turns kind of on a dime like a Russian tank. It's a little less, well, as far as the T43 compares, probably, I think this tank actually has better mobility. It turns a little bit better than the T43, and I haven't driven one in a while, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Let's see, turret traverse 42, combined like 80. You're gonna be circling fools in this thing. View range 385. That's actually not too bad. That's actually pretty good. And of course my cruise 100%, but the 385 is pretty nice, especially since you're going to be a little in the front, probably spotting people. You're probably going to want to wait till things get spotted, but if you have to, you can spot people if you're high on the tier on the list. Radio signal range 615. It's decent. It's not the best radio in the game, but it's going to get you most of what you're going to need to see everybody on the whole map. If your other allies have kind of crap radios, then it might be a disconnect toward the end of the game, but probably not. It'll probably be okay. So let's get right into stats here, or modules. You should start off with this 506 radio, because you do get it way down the line, and that's going to get you right into the 615 meter radio, which is awesome. Put it on right away for extra credits, extra XP, and basically just SC, help you see a little better. The track upgrade really doesn't net you much except load, and you'll see why that's important later, because you won't be able to load the upgraded turret or gun without it, but you don't get anything else out of it. Engine, you start with a 520 engine. Actually, you should... no, unless you did the Tier 7 TD line, you will not have this engine. So, but still, 520 is pretty good. This tank stock is out, actually still feels pretty speedy. The weight will be lower, so the power to weight ratio will still be good because you won't have this turret on there. So it's still a decent engine at 520. 560 is a noticeable difference, but 520 is not bad. The first turret, the turret upgrade here, you actually lose a bit of degrees per second. You gain a little bit in view range, not really much. Armor is exactly the same. A lot of the American TD turrets don't seem to go up much in armor, at least for mediums and the TDs anyway. But you need that to load the top gun, so you're gonna have to get that anyway. So really nothing. The turret is really no big deal. It's not good. It's not bad. So when you get this tank, you should have both the M1A1 and A2 unlocked from the E2 or Easy 8. Take your pick. You should be able to throw this 800, that'd be awesome. 800 rounds per minute, that'd be tight. 18 rounds per minute gun on right away. The pen is a little low, the damage is a little low, but when you're flanking, it's not horrible. You can get by with it. You just really need to be more choosy with your shots and much more cautious about flanking guys, because it's going to be harder to pin those guys, especially the higher tiers, and it's going to be harder to get a significant amount of damage on those guys. Actually, the DPS is probably better with this gun. Well, looks like quite a bit better. So damage you won't have a lot of problem with, but you will have some problem with penetration, so you need to make sure you flank all the way to the side or the back of a tank and make sure that they're paying attention to somebody else before you jump out there. So the top gun, though, this top gun's pretty good. The pen is a little low, actually, for Tier 8 or Tier 7 tanks, but from what I saw, it had really good pen, and again, that's usually because I'm shooting guys on the side or the back, so it's not a huge deal. This thing has lots of mobility. If I had to shoot guys from the front with this gun, like you do in the DB, which actually has a lower pen than this, it makes you want to cry. So, but from the sides, and if you pick the weak points out in the front, you should be okay. 240 damage, pretty nice, especially since it seems like you get quite a bit of rounds per minute off in this thing. It's not a huge deal. I think the damage is pretty good. It's not rushing good, but it's pretty good. So great gun, though. I love the 90mm gun on all the American tanks that it goes on. So now that we've talked about modules, let's talk about some research. This is the T20's tech tree, and it's actually a pretty decent tech tree. Right off the bat, you should have the A2 and this 105 unlocked for previous tanks. You should also have this radio unlocked. You should have unlocked it a long time ago with the Sherm, or even before that, so you're going to have that radio unlocked. You won't have the engine unlocked unless you've done the Tier 7 on either of the TD lines. Then you can unlock the engine from there. Or the T23. I'm not sure what tank that is, but there it is. I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it. So what you're going to do is throw this A2 on there right away, and that's going to get you, like I said, the kind of okay pen and damage, and rate of fire is pretty good. So you can't put this next turret or the gun on there until you get the tracks. Now, I'm not positive about that because I had a bunch of equipment on this thing when I was looking at weight ratios. If you don't have to put the tracks on right away to put the turret and this gun on, then do it. But I'm pretty sure you need the tracks first. So research the tracks, throw those on just to be safe. It's gonna help you out. It's gonna get you a little bit more traverse. And actually, no, the traverse is the same. Sorry about that. Let me just check. 37. Yeah. So you're just gonna do it for the load increase. So tracks, turret, pretty simple. 90mm gun. You need that gun. You need the extra pen is really what you need. After that, get the engine, and you're going to be a super speed demon, and then unlock anything else you haven't unlocked already, maybe this 105 if you didn't do it. Go after the Pershing, and that's the tech tree. Pretty simple. It'll be off to the side here. So now let's get into some equipment. I want to kind of make this quick because I want to load two gameplays here, but this is a really standard list of equipment for mediums. Vent, rammer, vert stab. It's really kind of a no-brainer. Vent gets you a bonus on most of your tank. It's like a 5% bonus on most of your tank. It actually comes out to 6% because you're commander. The rammer gets you 10% reload speed, which is awesome, and then anything to make that gun reload faster. And the vert stab is just because you're going to be on the move a lot, and you want to keep that reticle tight when you're moving around, and it'll help you aim quicker, especially since American guns tend to have kind of poor accuracy, so you need to make sure that reticle's tight. And since you're going to be popping out and hopefully getting shots off before the guy can shoot you, that vert stab will help you get your shot off. Help you get your shot off before the enemy can react, so that's pretty awesome. That's what I would get. There's really no exception here in my book. So consumables, full rack of consumables now that I got tier 7, fire extinguisher, repair, 5.5 repair if you put it in the center, and a heal kit. That's pretty obvious. This is probably too much HE, but yeah, I'd probably, you know what, I don't think it changes since the HE problems. I'd probably go something more like that. I never really ran out of ammo or anything, but I just don't like carrying around a lot of HE, because you can run out of ammo if you end up shooting a ton of guys, a ton of enemies. So that's pretty much what I do with consumables. Your crew should be at 100% when you've got everything unlocked and working on your first secondary and put everything into repair, because especially for mediums, you want to make sure those tracks get repaired quick. You want to make sure everything gets prepared quick, because in mediums, it's definitely life or death when you get caught out in the open, or when your gun's not working at the right times and stuff like that. Heavies can generally sit back and just kind of wait for stuff to get repaired, but mediums cannot. Mediums and light tanks need to repair now. So that's what I would do with the crew. So let's get this thing in a couple of games. Let me show you how much damage you can do with this thing and jack up the enemy. This time I spawned third down in the list on Siegfried Line, and this is a great map. I love this map. It's pretty... Usually I like this map as a heavy, because it's going in the city is kind of more of an obvious heavy move. For medium tanks, you can either go down 1, 2, 3 line, or you can try to do some flanking in the city. And since I'm more comfortable in the city, I usually go city. 1, 2, 3 line, and there's... I'll stop myself real quick. There's Arumas, one of the a fan of the channel, pretty awesome. He said he wanted me to make him the star, so I tried really hard in this game to get a good battle, because obviously I don't like loading games unless I get a good battle. It's just not that fun to watch. So I tried a little harder and played a little more cautious just to make sure I had a good game. So anyway, shout out to you, bro. So anyway, the 1, 2, 3 line, it's just kind of risky because there's really not that many places to hide. You get spotted really easy, and generally you're going to either have really great success on 1, 2, 3, or you're just going to get killed almost immediately. And so that's why I don't really take that route, because I don't like to take chances. Coming kind of up in the center, usually there's some heavies in here. But they don't have that many heavies, so I'm not that worried about it. There's the T29. He's definitely don't want to mess with him too much. But really what I want to do, if nobody's here anyway, is sneak right through to the back. And this T20 can do this kind of stuff. I gotta watch out for that, for the Panther there. And that is Arumas. I have to watch out for Arumas, man. He might jack me up. So luckily these guys left this middle area wide open. I never do this. I never leave this area wide open. Jag 4, great hit on the Jag 4. Now with the 160 pen gun, you have to be careful where you shoot. I'm shooting too close to the mantlet here, and I don't get a hit. You need to shoot to the left or right. I generally pick to the left of his tank, as of his perspective. Again, too close to the mantlet. Don't do that. I should have aimed a little more. I forgot that their armor is actually pretty... It's like 120mm. There we go. Off to the side a little bit. Now I'm getting kind of aggressive here.
Our track is hit. It could break any minute.
I'm getting flanked a little bit. I'm trying to push out too much. Should have just sat back and sniped that other guy. Well, not really sniped, but... So I'm kind of waiting... Okay, there we go. Ammo rack, that T28. I'm trying to flank, but I don't want to be too obvious. I don't want to get focused, because especially since I'm already half dead. More than half dead, really. 47%. So I'm taking pot shots, getting that 240 damage out there for the pot shots with it are good. Now, I could have taken out the Stug, but that T29 is a much bigger threat. In fact, in this area, boom, you're dead! He's much more of a threat than that stupid Stug. I mean, the Stug can be a threat, but the T29 is definitely a bigger threat. So now we cleared that out. T3045, we need to get him out of there. He's picking on my 3601 buddy, and he's at full health, so he needs to get taken out of the battle quick. See how I'm relocating quick? This tank is pretty fast. It's pretty nice. Boom! In your face! So he got taken out pretty fast. What are you doing, bro? Arumus is shooting at me. Stop that. Stop that. I'm gonna kick you. I'm gonna kick you from the channel, bro. I'm gonna hit you again. I'm gonna hit you again. Oh, I hit your buddy instead. He moved too quick. Okay, I'm almost dead, so I'm just gonna hide. I'm not gonna let that guy kill me. You crazy? And I wanted to kill him though. Whatever, that's fine. ARL 44 takes him out. I wanted to kill him, but I also didn't want to die because if I died, I couldn't load this video. So, oh man, I stopped to type like a noob. I should not be stopping to type. He almost got me. He says he almost, yeah, I almost got you, but you didn't. That's again stopping to type like a newbie. I don't know why I just didn't. I hide well, yeah. I knew he could one-shot me at that low health. Well, it's not one shot, but one more shot I'd be dead. So we're capping base. This is pretty much a Rafflecopter game right here. Punch your size to your face for free. No problemo right here. I could get one shot or one more shot from that Artie, but I'm not too worried about him. There he is. A4. That's a typical Artie hangout, SU-26. So, great game, and this is on a 5 times, so this is a really old game. Well, it's not really old. It's a few weeks old, and had a pretty good game, almost a 1,200 point game, and it's not that great. I got pretty, 29,000 credits, killed 3 guys, damaged 2 guys, detected 2 guys, and probably the detections helped me a lot. I took 7 hits though. That's pretty beastly for a T20. Tier 20. That's pretty beastly for a Tier 20. Anyway, that's this game. Let's get another game. This game is on Ensk, another great map for a T20 because you've got the 8, 9, and 0 lines for mediums. It's a great rush tactic if you can get enough people doing it. And the reason this gameplay is so significant is look where I am on the list. I'm pretty much the bottom. A lot of those tanks can jack me up pretty hardcore with only having 1,100 hit points. Obviously the 2 IS-4s can almost 2-shot me, and most of those other T30 is going to be especially difficult for me. That thing does 700 damage per shot. So I've got to be very cautious, and I'm going to show you how to do that when you get spawned in. Tier 7s generally do get spawned into games a lot like this very often. Now, there's a little alley right here. There's a bunch of alleys near this train yard, and you can generally go down these alleys, and it's kind of a crapshoot as if somebody, if anybody else will go down there, the enemies. But it's fairly safe because you can only get shot from one angle. The only problem is you cannot egress out of the situation. If you get caught here with a big tank in your face, you're dead. Now here there's a little get out of jail free card right there where the rail opens up, and right here again, but other than that, you do not want to get caught in that alleyway. Oh, what the hell? Tiger 2! Dang, I got lucky. Wow, that was super luck. He must have shot me right. So lower plate right there, nice. He must have shot me right in the mantlet. I got so lucky. Playing some Heeks, getting butt raped right there. Awful. So he got juiced, and we got tons of tanks going this side. Typically you don't see heavies going this way, but I think in this video it did kind of help. Our guys in the city are really the heroes here, because they're holding those other guys in the city off. They're way outnumbered. Nice shots on some Artie here. I don't know what this guy's doing. Needs to be more protected. He's dead. Panther 2. Now I want you to remember, I'm shooting lots of higher tier tanks here. I'm going to count up how many shots I get on these tanks. You're going to see the XP difference from the other game. And I don't get my shot off soon enough. So I'm being pretty cautious here. M6, that's my bread and butter in this game. Rack up some damage on this guy. He's got a 90 mil too, but I didn't want to get shot, which is pretty lame. I'm at full life. Let's see if I can get a kill shot on him. Probably not, but nope. And I shot anyway like a noob. Full health IS-4, never a good sign. Can't pin him on the side. He's got 160 armor on the side, so he's even at an angle. There's almost no way I could pin him that way. an angle to me anyway. So we got a low IS-4, 2 IS-4s, a T20, a T30. Not looking good for us. Not looking good. I need to play super, super, super cautious. I'm just going to basically scout. That's all I'm going to... I mean, and shoot people, but... Oh, I didn't get him. Damn it. Didn't hit him. Oh, great. Here he comes. Man, I still didn't hit him, but look at that. What was that? 700 and something damage? What a bastard. So they're doing some pretty good defense, but it's GG. Look at that. 11-2. What's going on here? How come we haven't lost any tanks? All those big tanks haven't killed anybody yet? Just 2 people, that's it. 3 people now. Big deal. He should come out and put a shell right in my face. That T-30 was dumb. Now he's getting shot. What an idiot. When you're that big, and you can one-shot a guy, do it. If you're playing defense, you can one-shot either of us. Now I get stuck on the rocks here. I'm trying to let that T-59 go. T-59. I'm playing super cautious. I do not want to die. I'm one shot from death no matter who shoots at me. Okay, now pin down IS-4. Last guy is tracked. I'll go in for that shot. Boom! I get the kill. Finally, I get a kill shot. So that was another butt rape. Pretty awesome. That's exactly how you play this map. Now notice, let's get how many shots I took. I only hit 8. I only had 8 hits. The other game I had 11 hits, but I got a lot more XP. I got like, well, this is at least a 1,300 point game, probably like a 1,400 point game, and that's because I was shooting higher tier tanks. So that does give you an XP bonus. It does not give you a credit bonus. As you can see, my credits are lower. I got 29,000 last game, but I did get more XP because I was shooting higher tier tanks. So killed an IS-4, damaged 4 tanks, all high tiers except the M6. Tiger 2 and an M12. This is a really good game. This is exactly how you play it when you get spawned on a low, in the low tier. Stick with people, go with them, try to flank guys, try to shoot at guys that are not aimed at you, and yada yada yada. So I'll see you guys next week. Like, comment, and favorite. Let me know what you think about the T20. Let me know if you're jazzed about it, you're pumped, and I'll see you guys next week.